Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel at Muby F1 Streaming World, and we're on for the first practice for Japan, guys. Come on, why's it taking so long? There we go. Guys, please so much that subscribe, hype, and yeah, guys, what do you think of the first two races of the season? It's a bit shame that Mercedes are ahead, even though they're my team in the long term. You gotta support Lewis for Ferrari now, so, but yeah, I just knew Ferrari were gonna be, Mercedes was gonna be ahead, but I hope Ferrari can pull it back a bit. First practice in Japan, guys.
Race 3 of this now 22 race season. Just over 1,000 Shanghai here at Suzuka. As always, a fabulous warm welcome to the fans here in the prefecture. We're about 233 miles southwest of Tokyo, and it's 5.80 kilometre lap, 3.6 miles. And that's for Verstappen a long 4.3 around the circuit. 18 corners, 8 to the left and 10 to the right, and they'll do 4.3 around this circuit. 18 corners, 8 to the left and 10 to the right, and they'll do 53 laps around here on Sunday, and they'll use a combination of these three tyres: the C3 soft, the C2 medium, and the C1 tyre. The weather looks set fair for the rest of the weekend, and it is currently 16 degrees and sunny here in Suzuka. We are here earlier than usual, though. We're here in March for the first time for this Japanese Grand Prix. Bernie Collins is with me in the commentary box at the moment. And Bernie, what a fabulous sight Suzuka Circuit is in the sunshine.
Yeah, it is, and you can see the fans there. There's a lot. We have to walk through the fan zone to get to the commentary box. Probably why Jensen's struggling to get here now. It's probably been more with fans in there, but there's a lot of fans in the circuit, and they do really embrace the F1, and it's good that they have had a nice and sunny weekend.
Yeah, it's so much better in the sunshine, and they actually represent every single team and every single driver. This is one of the few circuits where you can see all 22 represented by fans.
Japan is a sick circuit, to be fair with you guys.
It's enormous right now.
It's wicked, that circuit, I can't lie.
Queuing up to go and buy their merchandise because they all want to show. I mean, they come with these fantastic hats.
But yeah, let's see how Ferrari do. I think they're blinking their 360 wing. I can't pronounce the wing. I was gonna say Maleska then. Chelsea manager, but yeah. What's up in the air? Come on. Don't let me downstream.
So passionate.
It is great, isn't it? And it's always so well supported, this race. What are you expecting to see in this session?
Hopefully a lot of running. We want to see everyone out on track. They want to be out on track. So every lap around this place, first of all for the drivers to understand the track, you can get in a rhythm, but also for understanding the system.
Okay, well, down in the pit lane, ready to watch the cars come out, is Ted Kravitz. Good morning to you, Ted.
Morning, Rachel. Morning, Jensen. Morning, Bernie. Just have a look at the Mercedes end plate where it says Ineos. I just want to show you this before the car goes out of the garage, because Mercedes have a bit of investigation to do as to what their front wing is doing. If you've been following some of the motorsport stuff since the Chinese Grand Prix, you'll know this was an area of interest for some other teams, Ferrari and McLaren. Just as Muby Anwar
How's the France
goes
presented?
on my eyes. So one of the things Mercedes have to understand is what exactly their front wing, that part of the active area, is actually doing.
The water one.
For this session. And as for the rest of the team,
Mbappe TK.
circuit announcer Rachel, the great
Fair enough.
Bob Constantinos, Kimi Raikkonen
God bless him.
on the podium, and that's why future world champion. Of course, I can tell you, Rachel, he was going to do the Usain Bolt lightning pose. That was the pose that Kimi Antonelli was planning on doing, having won his first Grand Prix. But instead he came out with a bit of a shoulder shrug. The pose that Kimi Antonelli was planning on doing, having won his first Grand Prix. But instead he came out with a bit of a shoulder shrug. And why are they calling me Timmy Raikkonen?
Alright, guys, practice one is almost getting started. I think it is getting started. For God's sake, there's a safety car now. What's happened here?
We see them queuing in the pit lane to get out of the way from Benny. It's not moving, so
Okay, Charles has come out.
it's stopped, and that's why we can see
One of the cars is stopped. I don't know which one it is though.
sort of hazard lights and flashing on the edge of the wing where I did nothing. So it's just
Oh, he's going. Massive queue.
well, as they take it to the track here, just go on. Yeah, just going to come in now. Just going to be in the BSC that we've already got the
It looks like most people are on odds, guys.
that have one or do it. Beginning of people, but they're just testing some of the marshal lights and stuff around the track. So the cars do have to comply with the BSC time and the slower lap time that they do on the side lap. But we do expect to be clear. As you said, we usually see that towards the end of the session, but at the start of the sessions this weekend. I was just going to come back in on the Mercedes front wing that Ted was talking about earlier, because Mercedes said it was a hydraulic issue in the actuator, not a different feature, which is why it looked like there was a two-stage closing in that front wing in some videos or something.
Guys, please put in the comments which one's your favorite driver. Here comes my guy Lewis.
Wings Bernie had issues in Shanghai with George and Kimi didn't they, which is something that maybe got lost after qualifying because
Guys, it's currently 2:30 in the morning in the UK here.
yeah, I think did a really good actually Skyline Kimi immediately after that whole lap in China, and you can see that the wing is
And Lewis practiced winning swords behind the scenes.
They were lacking downforce through some of the corners, and then I think that issue.
He's got a different helmet, Lewis. The white one. I remember that yellow one that he had. That looked sick. It was like a goldish one Lewis had for Japan. Oh no, it's like a silver type one. That was unbelievable.
I was just looking at that guy who's weaving there. You can see the amount of movement that's going on those large pods on the outside.
Here comes Lewis.
Just weaving and long up times.
Indeed, I mean, the last time you were here with us was in Australia, and you were watching. What did you make of the Chinese Grand Prix watching?
It was great. I really enjoyed it. You know, it was like a sprint race.
Lewis always has sick helmets, you know.
They have limited time to set up the car, especially with the calculations, because it throws mod issues up for everyone. Viewing it was great. I really enjoyed the race. Mod issues up for everyone. Viewing it was great. I really enjoyed the race. Hopefully it will continue. They're going to fine-tune these cars, and they're going to fine-tune how.
That's 34.9 for Lewis. Obviously, this time's going to topple down
But I still think, as the driver's saying, the racing
quickly.
is still going to be great. We see still a lot of overtaking.
The thing that struck me in China was, okay, see Charles and Lewis were very happy. They got to fight, they got to race. They both really seemed to enjoy it in the Grand Prix on Sunday. And Lewis said something which actually a few drivers have said to me now. We are having to learn when to move, when to stop, when to stop. We are learning to do more work this year than we've ever done before in our careers. Lewis was saying he's staying on the track later than he's ever done before because he wants to learn. He learned from the sprint, he used that on Sunday. And that's essentially what they're all going to have to do this season.
Yeah, and you have a lot of tools at your disposal to maximise.
Here comes Lewis for his second sector.
Putting in the time and the effort.
183.
They will have benefit. So, a lot of sitting there, the people that are drivers that are putting in the time and the effort, you'll see that they will have benefit.
I don't think anyone else is on a lap, or I don't know if they're going to start a lap.
Now are very complex, and you know the systems.
Final corner.
There's pages and pages of the steering wheel, of understanding the steering wheel. Which, you know, there's a lot of tools out there they can use, and sometimes it can be frustrating, it's extra work, but if they can use them and it helps them,
137.2.
quickest like Lewis has just done, it can work, but if they can use them and it helps them, put it quickest like Lewis has just done, it's worth it.
That week in Tokyo, Vinelli car turned up at a car meet in a Ferrari F40, was it the other day? And surprised all the people who turned out for this car meet in the city of Yokohama.
And the clear out. Bloody hell. Oh, isn't that 10:38? 136. 137.2.
We used to have pointers that would sit that high on racing cars 25 years ago.
But yeah, so Lewis has been busy. I was racing cars 25 years ago. But yeah, so Lewis has been busy at car meets and lots of other things in the lead up to this race. I think the drivers really enjoy being in Japan. It's a fun country, and especially Tokyo. So they are ready to go racing. Though they would have been for a few days getting
So Leclerc P1, Lewis P2.
Driver Ted's down there, Ted.
Thank you, Rachel. Yes, I'm actually just patrolling a lot of these garages and seeing a lot of these aero rakes. And as usual in Formula One, there's a reason for everything. And the reason for all these aero rakes is that they need the information to analyse and get solutions for in the spring break.
What's that, Ted?
Really clear. And I've been saying pulling additional car labels, pulling labels, head.
Yeah. Right, well,
So guys, it's Russell from Piastri, from Verstappen, from Hadra, from Leclerc. Russell did a 133.3. He's 7 tenths ahead, which is not a surprise. On hards. And he got Piastri on mediums, Verstappen on mediums, Hadra on mediums, Leclerc, Antonelli, hards, Sainz mediums, Lewis in hards. Yeah, bloody hell, Mercedes are fast again, aren't they? We just gotta be up there.
Cancellation of those 2 Grand Prix in the Middle East. And that's all an engineer needs, is to create a complete picture, aero-wise, of the car at various stages. That's why they're also keen to get out, and that's why we're seeing so many aero races in the 70 line.
Right, so thank you very much for the moment, Ted. As Jensen just getting his photos from a very quick first sector. Oh, George Russell, sorry, I'm reading wrong. Alright, so George Russell.
Yeah, he's 8 tenths up for the first sector. That's a lot. 2 sector one. I know it's very early days when these guys get.
Yeah, there Russell at 133.3.
Benefit came from that first sector, sweeping.
Mixed tires for everyone. Some are on mediums, some are on hards.
Medium tires. Matty stuff crabs, James Crowds, fresh off the.
I think I'm slightly behind, guys.
Which he seemed to enjoy, despite disqualification options. Seemed to enjoy his run out there, but we were chatting last night, but remember you were telling me about. It's just about exactly, yeah.
What's up to Hadja out here? Snap of oversteer in the final corner.
They have so much power. They apply that throttle.
Good save.
Just letting a little bit of traction.
Just yeah, we go back to Max in the GT race, but he talks about the fact that when this driver in the single seater series goes into GT, it's very different. They have a lot to get to grips with. Yeah, I think we've spoken a lot over the years about Max and Red Bull, how the Red Bull's tailored to him, how they've struggled to get a second driver in that seat working well. And I think that
Bama's in a lap now.
Based on that, they've got 3 drivers in the car, typically maybe 24 hour. So the car cannot be set up exactly to one driver. Now they're all professional drivers, they're all very good, but there's compromises to be made. There's compromises in the car setup, there's compromises in the seat, there's compromises in the second position even. Max, I think described it well yesterday, was talking about he almost felt like a rookie going in there because he's not had to sit inside the car and all these things that happen for GT reasons. So I think there's potential.
Let's see what's happening.
Sit inside the car and all these things that happen for GT reasons. So I think there's potential that not only is it given him this outlet that he really enjoys it, he's a true racer. He just loves driving. A lot of the other guys do lots of other things in their spare time, and he just wants to be in a car driver. They think it has the potential to make him, a more rounded driver, because he does have to deal with those compromises. He does have to work with the team in a way that he doesn't have. And some people have realised that pedals even molded to the driver's foot. They're designed and created.
So here comes Max. Max is on the lap.
So all those benefits you have in a single seater like this with driver, you get the GT, as you say.
Yeah, it's very personalised, but also with GT, I didn't realise before I went to racing and George racing, there is so much talent in GT.
Piastri goes first. Just about. No. Half a second. Leclerc, purple first sector.
Competitive race,
Hamilton into third.
Is, and it's staggering how he has talent which is just beyond anything I've ever seen.
Verstappen just pipped him.
But he's able to translate that into a GT, which is heavy, lazy, ABS, and simulation. You know, they're doing simulator work as well. So it's very impressive. And then he's just been driving Super GT.
There goes Leclerc P2 132.8. Russell, he comes, he's gonna blast this out the bog. Paper face sector for George Russell.
Also highlight a different aspect of motorsport. A lot of people watch F1, obviously, it is the most highlighted motorsport we have, but there's a lot of good motorsport out there. You know, I've got friends that are now going to the Nürburgring 24 hours.
Almost 4/10, almost half a second up in the second sector, Russell.
To these other events, that is brilliant for motorsport as a whole. Most of the people in this paddock, most of the people in the paddock, in garages, as engineers, as mechanics, whatever, will have started in
Almost 4/10 up at 132.4 for George Russell.
And it's great to have a highlight focus on something that's, you know, happens all over the world. And it is, and we love it, you know, and it's great to have a highlight focus on something that's, you know, happens all over the world.
Refresh this stream, man. Here comes Kimi. Kimi Antonelli, 9/10 down to Russell. I think it's his first flying lap though. Oh god. He goes fourth, 132.9. Antonelli. Charles, fastest second sector. And Leclerc goes fastest with 132.2. Here's the other one, you can see. Size from Leclerc, from Russell, Piastri, Antonelli, Hamilton, Verstappen, Lawson, Hadjar, Sainz, Gasly, Hulkenberg, Limbard, Behrman, Perez, Bottas, Colapinto, Stroll, Bortoletto. God knows whose eyes.
Definitely, Shanghai, second, 10 cars like that. What else? He sprinted to try and find out since they didn't really bring anything back.
Here comes Antonelli.
Yeah, I was like, the first time we were in class, we have a couple of cars. They're into last year. It was a happy with
People second sector for Antonelli. 40.7. Hadja up to 4th. He's up to 3rd. And 1.323 for Antonelli.
we talk so much in the winter break about the engine may not be much the engine that's not much better than it's supposed to be more the shots in so it was either
Here comes Carlos Sainz.
yeah, the place was that's what it was either back on the great way of Mercedes they had the as well yeah, which was sort of looking at that a bit is this going to be similar worrying about the actuator? No, I think they should have a lot to do that. The aspects. But a lot of points actually come off the wing and the FBA stuff in order to see if they have
44 minutes left. Here comes Carlos Sainz. Final exit. P9. I don't know what Lewis is doing, to be fair with you. I don't know if he's on long runs. Lewis is in the pits. Or Charles in the pits as well. I think most people have come in now, guys.
I think every team has been in that position at some point, and the car will always trying to see, especially new regulations, it's going next year, so maybe 2 years ago, this new regulation that said with the engine changes that we have been kind of smaller, it's shorter, and we try to even get one in the back, and we don't know in any of the cars, last year as well, no time.
Here comes Piastri.
It's very important that every design piece has more and it'll be milligrams here and there, just trying to do it. Obviously, here you can't just kilograms here and there, just trying to do it. Obviously, in the current era, you can't just change everything. So we're trying to bring that in with upgrades.
And here comes Piastri. Stays 4th. 1.323. Lando Norris is still in the pits. Now gone into a break. 8 minutes left, guys. Everyone's in the bloody pits. Is there any plasters here? Just changing on. Right, loses out the pits, guys. I don't know what tires he's on as well. Why is there so many advertisements, man? What the hell? Tires are loose and hope this brakes come back. Oh, I want to kick out in ages, you know. Right guys, we're back. Amanda notices out, loses out.
Slightly better performance. You know, he spoke quite openly, I think, on Thursday, saying he won last year, he won it that way. You know, he's got that World Championship.
Here comes Lando. First lap, 35 minutes left.
This year, but I'm sure it's going to be quite beginning for a few races until they get the same about him sometimes. People really
Mercedes both on soft tyres.
get into that quickness. But as we watch now, they took us through this, Jensen.
Yeah, this is the essence that we took a tricky part of the circuit, narrow, open for error. You come on through Dunlop, long left-hander,
Come on.
tricky corner for this car. They're a bit smaller than last year, but it's a very tight corner. And you'll see them actually wander away from the
Right,
end.
Russell
They do it wider, so we've got high
is not experienced in the first sector.
all the way down to Spoon curve. This is the double apex. This is so fast at the entry on this.
It's not even piston. Oh, no, it's just gonna ride.
Too fast through there, but it's probably not even a break for the first part of it. And then there'll be.
Here comes Russell.
Hopefully get good exits after the straight. And we swap over to George on his soft
And Antonelli.
The
Let's see what George's second sector is.
I don't think we're going to see such a thing
Bloody hell, he's almost half a second up.
this weekend, because you do benefit on the such big differences from the hard and soft this weekend, because you do benefit on the super traction and other places around the hard and soft, but you probably lose that first sector and change the direction.
It's my favourite bit of the circuit is when you're running in, you see the wheel, you know you're nearly finished. Because you come off that really down straight at the back and you're absolutely right.
When he's almost half a second up, 1:31.7 for Charles Leclerc. For George Russell, I mean, sorry. Here comes Kimi.
When you're running it, by the time you get to the top there and see the wheel, it's a huge win.
He's 2.5 tenths down. 132.0. Lewis in the pits and Charles. Well, Charles has come out now.
Especially at this point with the track being coming. He did the right thing there by continuing to go on line and stay on that line.
If this is what we saw George doing,
Norris gone by there. What's happened to Russell? Is he Antonelli also?
This is
Antonelli knocked up. So he's got some time in him. So here comes Charles. Is it Charles? Yeah, Charles. No?
It was great.
He's going in the pits.
What sort of challenge do you think he's going to now continue this season?
Because it's great for us, we don't want to just see one person win races. So, yeah, I think he'll be pushing it.
I think Lewis wants to make some changes on his because he's been in the pit for a while.
It's difficult. George is very experienced, very confident in his own ability.
He's definitely losing time to Charles, so yeah, he needs to pick up the pace a bit, to be fair with you. So no wonder he's in the pit a bit longer.
See how they play around a track like this, which is, we do
What
need
the flip is this?
confidence and
What's the Audi?
experience, I think, around him to maximise.
He previously had issues with his start, and he seemed to get on top of that in Shanghai and the restart as well. He has
Hulkenberg.
Yeah, he got it right when it mattered, and he's a young driver, we don't want to see so. So we all be thinking what you're doing that driver into your relationship. You're looking at the biggest towards the biggest point that you can find time. And probably for Kemi it's going to be in his consistency. George is so consistent. Probably for Kemi it's going to be in his consistency. George is so consistent.
Experience, I think, around him to maximise.
He previously had issues with the start, and they needed to close places at the start. He seemed to get on top of that in Shanghai. And the restart as well, he had that race. Yeah, he got it right when it mattered, and there's always things. He's a young driver, he's only done one season. So we'll always be thinking what you're doing that drive round in your relationship. You're looking at the biggest deal.
Yep, Charles and Lewis is still in the pits.
Probably Kemi is going to be in his consistency. George is so consistent. In many ways, Mercedes played the long game. Kemi is last year. It's going to bring benefits for all of us this year. And what we're doing first season, if we very right up, I think we'll get a car, get a performance. See, last year he had some brilliant performances, and then he had some much better performances in the middle of the season. So hopefully that is going to bring benefits, I think, this year in terms of can you get consistency with the tracks he did it to can he improve on those kind of
Here comes Hulkenberg, here comes Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen.
you see him out he is fast, but that doesn't necessarily always come to a meaning to sort of be a bit more down. You need to help at the moment. Which way is
The windows picking up two red flags.
That we are seeing 20 kph on the P2.
yes, it is becoming seems
Verstappen's 2 tenths down in first sector.
There was in the simulator when he found out that his teammates were found out the simulator got a message about it, so not just stepping in there. Just 2 races in, and he's left for some reasons, so whatever that is, we wish him well. I'll carry on elsewhere at a later date, perhaps.
It's funny, I think he's been around the paddock for 10 to go.
Marks your second sector, let's see how it is.
80s, early 90s.
7 tenths down.
I know, it's amazing. Well, let's hear from the Audi drivers now then, coming into this weekend.
Was it a surprise?
Antonelli won 131.6. He's improved.
Only up 2 races in the year. Audi's come in as a big.
Mustafa's gone 5th, 132.4. Lewis is still in the pits and Charles is still in the pits.
I think you couldn't commit to the project only because you had personal things that's you made it public. When you have personal things that you need to put in place, that's the priority. And so yeah, I wouldn't say it's a surprise. Obviously, it's a short period of time. It's only 2 races. He has been with us last year as well, so it's not that you only have 2 races. But yeah, it's not that we're getting someone that we have considered that has been through the project for quite a while now, and he was already taking all the leadership out his way as well.
Russell just had another moment as well.
I think only time will tell, and obviously I don't have any.
Here comes Hadjar and Lawson. Hadjar is up by a little bit. Lawson is up a bit as well by 0.28.
The rest is only the future will tell now.
And Charles and Lewis is still in the pits, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the same call that Lando had his long earlier smooth and very tricky entrance, but it was a very different issue with Lando. Lando was going to understand it all, whereas George had a big snap of those rolled in, likely that run up area there now. Just careful there.
Lando coming out of the last 4, just well, just saying that great. There's a lot of work going on. Great. I think they're all like been since 2014.
Alright, good. Charles is out now. I think Lewis is going to get some changes done.
Initially, years of very a lot of work on the driver, manually work, deploying, for example, and then the years of programs. So last year we had 10 of that previous engine. A lot of it was much more automated. I worked at the beginning of a new regulation of
27 minutes left, guys.
engines again. I don't learn it in terms of deployment. It's still there. But there is more work. There is more clear drivers. More workload on the petrol. They will get to grips with it. But what happens is you come to a certain place, you can be done in all simulations back in the factory. You run through the simulator. They will have their best guess at
Lawson, oversteer.
best guess at how it will work, what the setup of the car would be. All of the drivers will drop the simulator to some extent, but a large portion of this track will be surfaced. For example,
And Lynn based on the exact same, the absolute arsewipe.
the engineers will make their best guess at that. It will definitely be different when you're arriving. The laps you're doing now will be very different to the laps you're doing at home. For example, as the track improves, do your best guess.
Here comes Russell.
It's a learning for everyone.
Not a person on the first sector, but that's where his second sector is.
Where the grips of the track.
He's up, got a bit of toe as well. Charles Leclerc is on the lap, and King Antonelli is on the lap. Lewis is definitely getting something changed on his car because he's been in the pit in a while, which is good because he was definitely losing time. George Russell definitely lost time behind whoever that idiot was. And he's still gone fastest by a bit. I think that's Perez, I think.
Shirts, the drivers have got different seats, and they've all got what is an Adidas automation basically. I think, whereas they don't, the 70s are really not quite figured that out, definitely before mine to win.
You can notice, best, first sector.
Adidas automation, brilliant, just happens to be a lot
26 minutes left, guys. 26 minutes.
Yeah, it's in a tie-in, but it's still getting the main ball to that. It looks fantastic.
Racing balls look pretty awesome as well.
I can tell you more about the Mercedes. It's they call it an edgy look for the weekend because they think their sport wider culture is reflected in our
9/10 down.
legendary Japanese designer Yoji Yamamoto. And if they do, they look great. Follow George into the paddock.
Let's see Norris's final sector.
On board with Lando then. Sure he did some laps in. He's going to struggle to
6th.
6th.
Yeah, I think so. Just finding his feet is always tricky to get back from. He's still on his first set of tyres. Obviously, he's in further into the session. Alexander the left, and that's unsettled the rear.
Albon's gone off. Oof, hit the body as well.
I don't think that's going to be an issue, but I just want to check it over. But
To garage now. In fact, Ted, you're down in the pit lane.
Yeah, so the Williams comes back still with fresh air and paint. Obviously, Williams do have an upgrade to the front suspension, so they need to understand how that affects the rest of the car aero-wise. A couple of the things going on down here. First of all, Lewis Hamilton has been in the garage for a while. They were messing around with some stuff in the front bulkhead. Seemed to find a part of the car that they needed to inspect further, but that is all gotten up now, and Hamilton is about to go out. By the way, he's got a special white crash helmet inside here. So if you see a Ferrari with a white crash helmet, you think, oh, Charles Leclerc must have got fully white crash helmet. It's not. It's Hamilton. It's not yellow. It's weekend. And also, Max Verstappen has just been in to do a quick stop to change the front nose cone. Rachel, I think you saw that about a minute ago. As now, evaluating that
Thank you, Ted. There are some fantastic advertisements this week. Yeah, Gasly's got a beautiful one. Lots of fantastic art on the show. It's here in if you get a chance to see any of those on social media or on our website, have a look. Well, getting into the last 23 minutes or so.
Last 23 minutes, guys.
In it, when I got to immigration, the guy said even if the F1 was yes, he said please don't talk about Aston. It's tough at the moment with Aston, but as we long said, he thinks physically they can both do half the race in the vibrations. Fernando stopped in China. We saw the footage of him taking his out of the wheel. They are trying. No one wants to get this right now.
yeah, it's obviously a tricky race for everyone. It's the home race of Honda. A lot of pressure on their shoulders, obviously, to perform, as there is everyone in Aston Martin. But this
Charles, not a good first sector. He's doing his best and best.
It will happen. It's just a matter of time, and they're going to ask a lot of questions over the next few weeks, months. When is it going to be better? It's Fernando's getting their heads down, working as one to find a way forward.
Let's see what Charles' second sector is. I think loses on his out lap. He's definitely going to get a tow here, Charles. 22 minutes left, guys. 22 minutes. I'll be back for FP2 as well at 6 in the morning. Lots of the Charles here. Oversteer. He's ruined his lap.
Jack was at the airport on the way back from China. We had a great chat with him. He said he couldn't wait to get into it. He would hang on to that still for despite the vibrations once he is so keen to get into it. And that's from him in this session.
What did you do? Obviously.
George on the radio, but it's traffic. Well, we have just over 21 minutes of this session. Just ahead of his teammate. It's 2 minutes a minute.
Come on, for God's sake, you do another break when they do qualifying laps. What stupid idiots, man. Fucking brainless idiots, man. They're loser with a 1.320, man. 3 tenths off. What arse wipes, man. doing an ad break here. We're doing qualifying laps. So it's Russell from Antonelli from Charles, from Lewis from Charles. Lewis at a 33.2 for a sector. Charles at 32.9, so the Charles is clearly faster there. The second sector 40.7, 40.8, 17.9. It's close between the two. So let's see if Lewis can go for another lap. Flipping idiots, man. I've got 15 minutes guys left. 15 minutes. That's better. Let me do this again. Bloody idiots, aren't they, man? Fucking idiots, man. Putting ad break on a fucking qualifying run. Dumb shits, man. So guys, it's from Russell, from Antonelli, from Lewis, from Charles, Norris, Piastri, Verstappen. We're back, guys. Alright guys, everyone's on the long runs now. I'm sure there's time to find from Lewis, for especially sector 1 is losing a few tenths. Sector 2, sector 3 is not so bad. He's matching Charles or even doing better, but yeah, sector 1 he needs to work on a bit more. Charles is definitely stronger there, I think. But yeah guys, everyone's on hard long runs now. Piastri just gone third with 131.8, and Charles has gone with 131.9. I don't know if Lewis is gonna go again.
for their particular problems on the power unit. But let me show you the front wing of the house, because they have an upgrade, lots of upgrades actually, and it's on the front wing activation, the aero, the active aero activation. So they learned from the Spark cars once they debuted in testing. They've actually simplified and made it more efficient front wing with that activation to put down the back two elements of the front wing with the active aero kicks in. So it's taken more or less from testing the start of the year to now to get it built, designed, built, and on the car. But it's worth calling them and Mr. Coleman's car. Give him a good man. He hopes for a good weekend. Sorry, how he had an open door for the car. One of the best hats I've ever made. And yeah, it's going well so far. Yeah, they are just evaluating this front wing because, as we know, it's changed everything, doesn't it? First thing, that thing's the end.
Well, you know, actually, obviously, their team principal, Ted, thank you very much for the man design and that was for us this weekend. Oh, it was great to chat to you. Can you tell us a little bit more about the parts you brought this weekend, the updates, and what you're hoping to see?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, can you hear that?
Yeah, it's just a small updates on the front wing, just to tidy up the airfield quality, so hopefully front of the car looks a bit more consistent.
We've been talking a lot about Japan and a lot of the space. Obviously, it's a horrible race for you. And you said you were in Tokyo. What does it mean? I've seen in the past.
I don't know if Lewis is going another lap, guys. I don't know. Oh, yeah, he's going another lap. Let's see what he does. Here comes Charles. A bit snappy in the final corner. So Charles goes fourth. Bloody hell, Lewis has got a bad sector there. So the tyres are gone. He's almost 3/10 down.
Obviously, with Esteban, a lot of experience, we know him for years, but also about Ollie. You know, he's so young in this sport, but he seems to, it feels like he's been around for 10 years. I interviewed him yesterday and he seems he's got his head screwed on.
Let's see what Lewis does. Lewis. Let's see if we can get a tour here. Nah, no tour. Yeah, tyres are cooked. He's probably 7/10 down. Tyres are cooked. Yeah, he's in 5th place, 132.0. Nothing between Charles Lewis and Piastri. Like a 10th in it. Lewis can definitely find a bit more time as well, so.
Thank you very much for that. I will talk to you again across the weekend. Thank you very much. Until then, there you go. Just as if by magic.
10 minutes left, guys. 10 minutes.
Did you say you spoke to him? Anything you can tell us about the chat?
It's good.
Is it?
They switch on that. I know it's really good. I don't really know Ollie that well. We met first of all in 2023. We met everyone in Mexico.
You've been in the car, I think, the first time.
Yeah, first time. And I said to him, yeah, you enjoy the
Yeah,
journey.
9 minutes left, guys. 9 minutes.
It really is. And, it's so nice to see him competitive. We knew the speed was there, as much as it said, but it's now the consistency that we're seeing. I believe it's only a second rider.
Do you think he is drawing the attention of other riders?
It's got to.
Yeah.
I mean, he is. It feels like the current climate is always difficult when you say that because the car goes as quick as it can. But he's doing an outstanding job, and hopefully that consistency continues to show.
Lewis is pitted. Yeah, they're all going on the long runs now, so. But yeah, thank to fan for Lewis, for everyone to be fair with you, so. So it's Russell, Antonelli, Piastri, Leclerc, Hamilton. Russell and Antonelli way ahead, so I think we can lock that third position in, because it's 1, 2, 3 and it's like that, so hopefully Lewis can get P3 again and give the Mercedes a run for their money as well. He's definitely got, let me see his sectors times, Lewis's sector times. Yeah, he's got some time to find, so let's see what Lewis can do. I'll be back at 6 guys, 6 o'clock for FP2. Be back for FP2. Yeah, everyone's on long runs now. Let's see what their long run pace is. Lewis versus Charles. Let's see the track dominance. Yeah, Lewis has got some time to find, to be fair with you. Five minutes left, guys. Here comes Norris. Oh, Norris goes P3 now. So McLaren are definitely in the fight. Oof, I need the Tyler so bad. How long's left? There's 4 minutes left, guys. Alright, guys. I'm gonna call it here. I'll be back at 6 o'clock for FP2, so thank you for watching. Please smash that subscribe hype and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching.